Good morning, children. Today we will start the lesson, the bear story. Before we proceed, let us delve into the story and find out. Since the earliest times, human beings have kept tame animals as pet, but they have kept tame animals, but we have rarely seen anybody have a wild animal as pet. So bear is a wild animal and hardly anybody keeps a pet wild animal. So generally we keep a goat, we keep a dog, we keep a cat, all these as a wild domestic animal. Domestic means tame, okay? But we have not heard of a wild animal being kept as a pet or as a domestic animal. What is a domestic animal? Domestic is that which helps you in your household work. Like cow gives milk, goat gives you milk and flesh both. So in that way, the animals which help in household, sometimes donkeys are also kept, okay, to work in the fields. So, but wild animals have never been domesticated nor have been kept as pet. But we have rarely seen anybody having a wild animal as pet. In this story, there is a lady who is having a wild bear. What does she have? She has a wild bear. Now, next. The bear story, Axel Monte. All the living beings understand the language of love. Everybody understands the language of love. Okay, this language is not to be taught, but this is there by birth. You don't have to teach this language. This is there from birth itself. If proper care is taken, then wild animals also behave well like domestic animals. If proper care is taken, proper means appropriate. The story proves that, the bear story proves that if proper care, appropriate care means tending, looking after, okay. If proper looking after is there, then even the wild animals also behave like domestic animals. In this story, we will come across a bear who is gentle as an angel. Angel means a fairy. Angel is the messenger of God. Okay, in Christianity, angel means a messenger of God, Devdut. Okay, so they behave like pet domestic animals, and this story, the bear is like an angel who never dreams of hurting anybody. He can never dream of hurting anybody. In reality, he cannot hurt anyone if he cannot dream also. Dream is not reality. अगर वो सपने में भी नहीं सोच सकता है किसी को नुकसान पहुंचाने की, तो reality में तो हो ही नहीं सकता. Now, the bear story. We will learn about the author. Who is the author? Axel Munthe. Axel Martin Frederick Munthe was born in Oskarshamn, Sweden in October 31, 1857. Okay. On October 31st, 1857, he was born in Sweden. Sweden is a European country in Europe. Okay. It's a European country. Now, Axel Munthe was a Swedish psychiatrist. Psychiatrist, a person who, a doctor of psychology, okay, is a psychiatrist. Now, he is best known, he studies about human behavior and behavioral diseases like depression, okay, schizophrenia, etc. These are psychiatrists. Now, he is best known as the author of the story of Saint Michel. His famous work is this, the story of Saint Michel, an autobiography of his life and work. In this, he has written an autobiography. Autobiography is a work written about one's own life. अपनी जीवन के बारे में जीवनी लिखना is an autobiography. Axel Munthe spoke several languages. He knew many languages. Okay. As he grew up in Sweden and attended medical school, he was married to an English aristocrat and spent more of his adult life in Italy. So when he was attending medical school, he married an English aristocrat. Aristocrat is a high class family, high class aristocratic family. Okay. Now, and spent most of his adult life in Italy. Italy is another European country. England is an European country, and he himself was from Sweden. Now, Munthe often treated the poor without charging and risking his life on several occasions to help in times of war. In times of war and disaster, he would risk his life for his patients. He would go out of the way to treat them. Sometimes poor people were treated free of cost by him. He did not charge money. He fought for animal rights. Now we are talking of animal rights activists in the 21st century. Okay, it has become a fashion. Activist. But at that time, in 1857, he was born in the 19th century. It was not something very common. It was not a trend. It was not the vogue. Vogue means fashion में नहीं था. अभी fashion के मारे लोग जानवरों की सेवा कर रहे हैं, उनको बचा रहे हैं. But he was a true animal lover. He fought for the animal rights. He purchased a land to create a bird sanctuary near his house. So a bird sanctuary मतलब a place where birds can dwell freely. Many bird sanctuaries are made in our country also, from where the European migrating birds come. European migrating birds come to spend the winters, because winters are extreme in European countries. So he made a bird sanctuary for the birds. He was an animal lover, as I said. Now, the bear story. There was once a lady who lived at the edge of a forest. Edge means on the border. She lived on the border of the forest. Kinare. ठीक है? Now, the lady had a pet bear whom she loved. She had a pet bear. She loved it very much. This bear was found in the forest half dead. Half dead means almost dead. मरने ही वाला था तब उसको ये bear मिला था. She found it in the forest. The bear was not the most amiable animal. Amiable means friendly. He was one of the most friendly animals. So he did not harm any animal or person. उसने किसी animal or person को कभी harm नहीं किया था. All children and animals loved to play with him. All the children and animals, they loved to play with the bear. Now, the bear was never put in chains except for the nights. Means he was never tied up. Put in chains means he was never fastened. Fastened. He was never fastened, never tied up on chain. Okay. Now, he was also put on chain on Sundays when the lady went to her sister's house. Only. He not also. This will be only. He was only put on chains on Sundays. सिर्फ संडे को उसको चेन से बांधा जाता था. When the lady would go to her sister's house to spend the afternoon. So when the lady was out of house, who would take care of the bear? So she was put on chain. Her sister lived on the other side of the forest. The sister lived on the other side of the forest. This was the forest. This was the lady's house. Lady's manor house, farmhouse, okay. And this side was the sister's house. This is the sister's house. So on the other side of the forest she lived. So on Sunday, as usual, chained the bear. On one Sunday, as usual, chained the bear and left her sister's house. So the lady left for her sister's house after chaining the bear. Halfway she looked back and was surprised to see the bear. Halfway when she had travelled. It was a 1 hour walk to her sister's house. So when she had travelled half an hour, आधे घंटे चलने के बाद she realized, she looked back and she saw that the bear was following her. The lady was angry. She was getting late and no time to take him home. She had no time to take him home. She was getting late, so she became angry. Now she told him to go back in an angry voice, but the bear did not go. He did not obey her. And his collar was also lost. Collar means, if suppose this is the bear, on the neck there was a collar, beautiful collar, which marked him as a pet bear, okay? It marked him as a pet bear, this collar. But his collar was also lost. She became more angry. She poked her parasol. What is a parasol? Parasol is an umbrella on his nose. So she poked the umbrella in his nose, pushing him back. She pushed him back. Soon and slowly the bear went away. Slowly, what happened? The bear, after being hit by the umbrella, he went away. Then when the lady came back home, the bear was sitting in the usual place. Usual means common place. Every day wherever he used to sit, his everyday habitual place, okay? The lady was still angry. She went to him and started scolding him. Still she was angry on his actions, but he had followed her back to her sister's home. An old cook who loved the bear like her son rushed out from the kitchen and said, he hurried out of the kitchen. And what did he say? He said that, why do you scold him? He has been good as gold the whole day. As good as gold means a very nice behavior, okay? He had a very nice behavior the whole day. So, he has been sitting like an angel and looking the whole time at the gate waiting for you to come. He has been sitting like an angel. Angel मतलब मैंने बताया देवदूत की तरह, messenger of God, messenger of messenger of God. He was sitting like a messenger of God the whole time on the gate waiting for you to come back. I like the way the lady and the cook took care of the lovely bear. So this story is about the love for animals. If you are giving love to even the wild animals, they can be tamed. Thank you, class. I hope you have understood the lesson.